How can you not be romantic about baseball?
Well, when they hit like the Rangers do, it's pretty easy.
That's right. That's a very, very fair assessment. The Texas Rangers lose 3-0 to the Sacramento A's. The Athletics, as they're just called. Honestly, though, their odds of making the playoffs haven't really changed all that much, despite the fact that they can't hit right now and that we are a month in the season. They're only a few games back in the division, and this is about the time where you can start to get a fair assessment on teams, on players, on where they are. They lose 3-0. They didn't hit the ball particularly hard. They only got 3 hits the entire game. A very depressing series for them, and now they get a really solid pitching Seattle Mariner team coming to town that is in first place.
Yeah, they're in a position that's not exactly ideal offensively, the way that they've been hitting and some of the struggles that they've run into. But look, I don't know what's the easy fix for this. They've obviously, we mentioned earlier, they've sent Jake Berger down, their first baseman DH, and so now they're going to bring up Blaine Krim, a career minor leaguer, 28 years old, who's had some success at AAA Round Rock, will be making his MLB debut, but they're clearly just looking for any sort of a spark right now, and hopefully they'll get it with Corey Seager coming off of the IL this weekend.
So on March 28th, the Rangers had a 61% chance of winning the American League West. Houston had a 58% chance, and Seattle had a 53% chance. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the Rangers are at 46%, Houston is at 59%, and Seattle's at 75%. This is on Fangraphs. Their probability of making the postseason through the AL West. So it's about a coin flip as to whether or not the Rangers get in there. But let's look at...
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Over their last 18 games, how many times have the Rangers scored 2 runs or fewer?
Over the last 18 games, 12.
11. It's 2 out of every 3 games. And if you were to reduce that down to how many times have they scored more than 4 runs in their last 18, it's 3. So 15 out of 18, they've scored 4 or fewer.
So I love looking at, again, we talked about this earlier, other people's misery.
Mm-hmm.
OPM. Right? OPM, OPD, other people's drama. So Marcus Semien is off to an awful start this year, which is somewhat normal for him. He's not the hottest starter in general.
No, in fact,
a couple years ago, he had 43 games without a home run to start the year. But he's never been this bad of a hitter from an average perspective, right?
Yeah, typically for his career, let's see what he hits in April. I would bet definitely since he's been in Texas, it's been really low.
He's probably generally below 220 in April.
So for his career, April is his worst month. He hits 239 for his career.
Okay.
The other months of the season, 269, 251, 249, 258, 259. So he's definitely a second half hitter. His slugging percentage, or his OPS between first and second half for his career, is about 70 points higher.
So let's make fun of some other players that are off to slow starts. All right? Gunnar Henderson. Now, he robbed Josh Young of Rookie of the Year. We all know that.
Yep.
Robbed him. Finished 4th in MVP last year. He appeared primed for a superstar. He debuted on April 4th, missed a couple of games with a strained intercostal muscle. I hate those intercostal muscles.
Yep.
Yeah, and the waterways. I don't like intercostal waterways either.
Ugh, nobody does. A 9 WAR last year.
His strikeout rate has ballooned to 28%. His walk rate's at 5%. Both are career worsts. His whiff rate on off-speed pitches are 50%, 44% against breaking balls, compared to sub 30% in both categories last year. Oh boy, Gunnar
Take that,
Henderson.
you loser.
Take that. Let's go down to Houston. Let's make fun of Houston. Ha ha ha.
That's easy to do. What, are we going to make fun of the fact that their leadoff hitter can't run in from left field, so he's not their leadoff hitter anymore?
I got to tell you, I was disappointed in Brett Boone. I was disappointed in Brett. Here's the story. Peyton, tell me what you think about this. So Altuve said, I wanted to be moved off the leadoff spot because when he's at home, he starts in left field. He's got to run all the way into the dugout. And he goes, that extra 10 seconds, just mentally, I just can't get ready to hit. To be the leadoff guy, because now they've got the shortened, the time clock in between.
Can't you just do, like, you walk up to the plate and immediately go time?
No, you only get,
Can you start a game calling time?
I suppose you could.
So you could do that every time.
Yeah, I suppose you could, but Is that a little soft? A little soft on Altuve's part?
It's a lame excuse.
It's a lame excuse.
Well, it's even more lame that he's still out there in the
What position
outfield.
did you play in high school baseball?
First base.
Ah, crap.
But
Well,
you were a
depends
leadoff hitter.
Boy, you
No.
could have walked. You could have crawled in the dugout.
Well, unless we were on the third base side, then it's a longer walk. But no.
Where did they put the bad kids on
Right
defense?
field.
Right field.
Right field,
Did you ever play
generally.
any right field, Peyton?
Maybe Little League, but that's because I had a strong arm. I mean,
Well, you had a strong
call me
arm, so
Vlad
threw you at
Guerrero
first base
Jr..
because the noted strong arm position?
yes.
There you go.
Were you a lefty at first?
So I bat left, and swing golf left as well, but I throw right.
You swing golf? Did you notice in high school that golf hurt your swing, hurt your baseball swing? Or did you not play golf in high school?
I didn't really play golf.
That's
but
why Luca won't swing, right?
Yeah, my son doesn't want to.
He wouldn't swing the golf
he
club
won't
when we were at
swing the
Top
golf
Golf for Byron Anderson and Tarleton's event.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it. He goes, I don't want to ruin my swing.
It's smart.
I have no idea. Like I was a righty golfer, but a lefty hitter, so it didn't bother me.
I want to see if I can find Peyton's high school stats. Oh, you were JV.
They have stats.
They have stats for me?
They have your
Well,
bio. It says JV. You were number 25?
Maybe my first JV year. I don't know, sophomore year.
2011, it says.
Huh, interesting.
I'm going to find you. I'm
that
going to
was
find your
freshman year.
stats,
That was
bro.
freshman year.
Yordan Alvarez. Let's go to Houston. He is hitting 219. He's only got 3 home runs. 3 home runs. He is not feared hitters. His slugging percentage is 220 points lower than his career average. The issue has been against fastballs. He's batting 186 against fastballs. His average exit velo still ranks in the 94th percentile, but this hard hit rate is a career low, under 46%. So let's make fun of him.
What a loser.
Ha ha! Dylan Cease, that's a pitcher. 6 starts. His ERA is pushing 6. His whip is 1.62.
I'm curious about, like, don't we just, I don't know, Dylan Cease feels like one of these guys, because he's obviously been somebody that has been tied to the Rangers a few different times during his career. And I really like him. I wanted him here. But do we have a feeling at all that Dylan Cease is kind of like just the guy we're always waiting for it to...
Yeah.
Like, is he...
He's AJ Burnett.
Or like Matt Garza?
Yeah, Matt Garza, Burnett.
Where it's like, you just feel like, shouldn't this guy... Like, this guy should... He's like just short of
He's got
like...
such great stuff.
Yeah, or like...
electric.
This is probably an offensive comparison to make if I was going to compare him to a name from back in the day, because this guy really never got as close as it. But like, you remember how Chris Benson used to be that way?
Oh, God.
Like Chris Benson was like the top pick, and he had Anna Benson.
Yeah, you know who it is.
But who?
Nate Eovaldi.
But Evaldi's done it in the postseason.
Right, but in the beginning of his career,
Yeah, that's fair.
people were waiting on Eovaldi. They're like, this guy's got great stuff. He's like, when he is on, he's got the best stuff of the game. And he was either hurt a lot or he just didn't live up to it. He bounced around, and then finally, like that 2018 postseason with the Red Sox, ever since then, Nate Eovaldi's like, he's figured himself out.
Dude, Cease's numbers earlier in his career, like the first 5 years or so, they are much more similar, the peripherals anyway, to Chris Benson than I would have thought. But I was just thinking of a name of a guy who it's like, why is it everybody just thinks he's going to become, but AJ Burnett's a good name, Matt Garza, like that feels like Dylan Cease's career.
Yeah, it does. ESPN has their power rankings out. Mets are first, Dodgers, Yankees, Padres, Cubs, Giants. That's a lot of NL in your top 6. 5 of the top 6. 7 of the top 9, because you've got Detroit at 7, Philly at 8, Arizona at 9, and then you finally got the Red Sox at 10. Seattle is at 11. Houston is at 12. The Rangers come in at number 15. Right, and
what, they were 10 last week?
They were
I think?
10 last week.
Yeah, so everybody just agrees they've got to start hitting.
They've got to start hitting. They rank in the bottom 5 in the majors in average runs per game. That's included with their 15-run outburst on Tuesday. They had 6 straight games that scored 4 or fewer runs. They won a few of those thanks to the pitching staff, but outside of Wyatt and Josh Smith, they're just not getting enough production at the plate, and Marcus Semien heads the list of players who are struggling.
Where would you go look for help are you just looking in the minors at this point? Calling up guys like Krim, maybe giving Evan Carter another shot. Where are we finding any sort of help at the plate at this moment?
Well, I mean, obviously I still think we're a month away before anybody even thinks of trading a player. So you're going to have
but as you're kind of just like taking a look ahead. What do you look at and just say
you're going to have to go to the minors because I don't think you're going to get anything.
So over at ESPN, did you see the David Schoenfield article last week about early MLB trade deadline candidates?
I don't think I saw it.
Okay, so David Schoenfield had this up where he gave like a trade candidate for every team. So we've got some of the names that are up here that he listed for each team that could be made available. White Sox, you've got Luis Robert, could be up there. Pittsburgh Pirates, Tommy Pham.
I like Tommy Pham.
Yeah, but you don't want to introduce him into this locker, right?
No.
Josh Bell for the Nationals is a name that's up here. Nolan Arenado for the Cardinals. These are just some of the names that they're throwing up there of guys that could be available who contributed. Marcell Ozuna for the Atlanta Braves. So some of the names that are out there, but I mean, I guess that's sort of where you're going to have to look is going to have to be the trade market here in a month or two. A Bo Bichette from Toronto. These are just guys who could be made available according to ESPN.